This is Yosef Bruer for ESFI, and I'm here with Goswser at IPL5 in Las Vegas. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
Doing pretty good. How are you liking Vegas so far, man?
Well, I'm not 21, so I can't gamble or do a lot of the stuff that you typically associate with Vegas.
Yeah.
But I like the tournament. I like the venue. The hotels are nice, and I thought I've been to Vegas like once before, but I don't know. I kind of enjoyed the city. I didn't stay as long last time, so I like it.
That's good, man. Well, it's good that you can't gamble anyways. You can save some money.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about your results this weekend? You beat your teammate GanZi 2-0, and then you dropped to Leenock, who's like now in the winners final, so that's nothing to be ashamed of. And then you dropped down and beat theognis, and then dropped to Huck, obviously. I mean, who was your hardest opponent this weekend? And, what do you think that wall came up to? And you're like, okay, I don't think I can beat Huck or to Leenock.
I think that it's not really a wall. I think I'd say my toughest opponent was Huck. I should have actually won one or both of the games against Leenock. Like, it's one of those times when you're in a game, like, you don't beat them, but you get in a position where you see that you should have won, and there's just like one or two crucial mistakes you made that caused you to lose. So even though you lost, it like gives you a lot of hope that if you just fix this stuff, like iron out your play a bit more, the next time you'll beat them. So that was good. We unfortunately don't have any like protest players in the complexity house now, so that's not my best matchup right now. I have a couple of things figured out that work, but Huck did stuff I wasn't expecting, and he played pretty well. And he was actually the second highest placing non-Korean at the event. Right. So he did pretty well at the event. He was playing pretty well for a while. Right. So I'm not too disappointed. And I was also at home for Thanksgiving for like 10 days before the event, so I couldn't practice as much as I wanted.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to go back to the Leenock comment you made that you think you could have beat him, just some mistakes. What mistakes were those?
I think Leenock didn't take me seriously enough game one, and he did an all-in. And I thought he was doing it, but I didn't trust my instincts, so I didn't prepare like I should have. So I died to it. And if I had the build I do, like if I scout an all-in or suspect an all-in, then I wall off my natural completely with one more evolution chamber, and then like I'm safe from everything. But I just didn't expect it because even though like I thought it was coming, I was like, he won't do this to me. So then it came and I hadn't walled off and I died. But the second game was really close. I made one blunder again that caused me the game. I sniped his third base actually after it finished, and I had a pretty good lead, I think. And I had the tech-wise choice too, Bird Infestors against Mutalisk. But I just lost some Infestors because I made one bad decision, and I think I could have definitely won game two. And game one I just screwed up too as well.
Well, what do you think of your overall performance as of late, and what is your strongest and weakest matchup?
My overall performance hasn't been as good in the last month as I wanted it to. I mean, I've been doing a lot better actually lately. I won MSI Cup NA qualifier not too long ago, beating Scarlet in the finals. And I've qualified for a lot of events that I'm going to be playing in soon, like Iron Squid, Kingston HyperX tournament. So I've definitely seen an improvement in results and in my play, and I think I'm going to continue to see that as well. I think right now my play is improving at a really fast rate, so I'm figuring a lot of stuff out about the game.
What do you think, I guess, the next level in your play is, like, to reach that next, big goal in your career?
I think, like, right now I'm at the point where, like, I can take games off anyone if I don't make mistakes. And, like, when I lose, it's more because that I've made, like, one or two blunt, like, errors in the game and my opponent didn't, rather than just, like, playing worse than them for the whole game. So I think it's just something that you can, like, work on and, like, focus on specifically, like, not making any of these small mistakes and just playing a lot of repetition in games of your strategies. And then I think I'll be able to be able to take a lot more games off of people and get more, I guess, solid performances against high level players. I can already beat like most of the lower tier pros, but like people like Leenock and mostly protest players, I still have some trouble against.
Do you see yourself, getting better and having a better performance towards when Heart of the Swarm comes out, or do you think that make it a little bit harder for you, changing up the metagame, different units?
I think Heart of the Swarm is going to make it a lot easier to even like improve and have better results. I think one of the areas I excel in is I create a lot of my builds that are unique and no one else really does them, and have a lot of success with them. Sure. And I think with all the new units, I'll be able to figure stuff out quicker than a lot of the current pro gamers, and hopefully achieve good results with that.
Awesome. What do you think about Heart of the Swarm so far? I'm sure you've played a little bit of it. I mean, you're playing full-time in the Complexity House, a lot of wings, but
I haven't played it as much as you might think, just because there's still a lot of Wings of Liberty tournaments I'm playing in. I think I have maybe one or two more pretty big Wings tournaments, I'm going to be playing in, and then after that I'm going to switch to Heart of the Swarm full time. I've played it some though, and I like the direction it's going with the game. I think there's a couple things that they need to change, but it's beta, so there's a lot of time for that.
What do you think about this event so far? I mean, we are in Las Vegas, and for IPL5, I mean, what are your overall thoughts about the event compared to other events like MLG?
There's a couple things I don't like about this event, but overall it's a great event. There's some, like positives and negatives, of course. I like that GOM's producing it. I think their production's amazing so far. One thing I don't like is the prize pool distribution. At IPL3, they had the same prize pool overall, but top 32 was $1,000 at least. Yeah. And here they made it more top heavy, so top 32 is only 200. And MLG, for instance, top 16 is $1,000, and here you have to get top like 9 or 12 to get 1,000. Yeah. And the player pool is so much stronger that a lot of like top GSL players are just making a lot less money here than they would at like past IPL events. So I don't know why they made it more top heavy, but I don't think it's good.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the overall format? It's also different from the last few IPLs. It's just one big open bracket, it seems like. And
I like the open bracket. I think the best format's the one that DreamHack uses with multiple group stages. I think that's the one that'll usually ensure that the best players get to the round of 16. But I think this is a lot better than some events. The one problem is I don't think the round 4 seeds are very good. They were given out through a lot of like kind of amateur qualifiers, and they were also done way too far in advance before the event. I think Sleep was in the first qualifier that got seeded in round 4, and I have no idea when that was played. It was a really long time ago. Yeah. I think they should, if they try to do qualifiers, they should do them a lot closer to the event so people actually remember who qualified. And I don't think they should give them to like amateur championships either. Yeah. When you have like GSL semifinalists starting in round 1, and then you have like Shigwa and Sleep in round 4. I think it's too big of an advantage for a tournament like this.
So you'd say that you like the MLG format a little bit better than this one?
I don't really like MLG's format that much either. I think its format's better than it used to be, but the double elimination brackets are confusing and it's a lot to follow. I think pool play was okay, but there were problems with that as well. I think probably eventually someone will settle on like the best format. And right now a lot of tournaments are just experimenting, trying to find out what people like, what the players like. So, I mean, it's not that bad though.
Awesome. Well, tonight is the Codes Finals. Who do you think is going to take it tonight, and what are you going to be doing now that, the tournament's over for you?
Hyun's really good, but I think Sniper's going to win. ZVZ is his best matchup. He used to be like a ZVZ sniper, I guess, in GSTL for MVP. So I think he's going to feel really comfortable. I know Hyun has a super strong ZVZ too. He beat Life in the Fight Club, IPL Fight Club. But I think Sniper's going to take him, but it'll be close games. What was the other part?
Just what are you going to be doing now that tournament's over for you? You have that Kingston Hyper X tournament you're going to be playing against?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be playing in the Kingston tournament with Polt. I talked to him earlier, and he wants to do that after the IPL is over, obviously.
Awesome.
So I think I'm going to play that. I'm also watching a lot of the games. There's a lot of Zergs in the tournament left, as usual. Yeah. And that'll be fun to watch. I can get some ideas to change my play, I guess.
Awesome.
And yeah, basically that.
Who do you normally watch at home, VODs or replays that you really, like their play and take a lot of notice from, of all the top tier players?
I guess the people I've studied the most, I guess. It used to be Stefano, but lately he hasn't, his play hasn't looked as good as it used to. It's not the styles that I would want to copy that I feel are styles that you can copy and improve and can beat anything. Right. Mostly lately I've just been refining my own play and just basing it on what I've seen and what I used to. The players I do study the most though would probably be Hyun, actually, just because he's really consistent. He uses a lot of solid macro builds. Right. Leenock, there's some builds that I really like that he does too, even though sometimes it's kind of cheesy and I don't really like those styles.
Right. Well, what kind of, so you just like more of macro based styles, basically, more macro heavy players?
Yeah, I like either macro heavy play or play that you can, that's reactionary to something your opponent see, that you scout or that your opponent scouts, that gives you really good odds of winning. If I see 2 command centers before gas for Terran, then I'll react one way, and I like to just do stuff like that rather than copying a boat and executing it regardless of what I see. So I like reactionary stuff and macro styles that I guess let me take the game to a position where I can win from.
Awesome, where you can be in control basically.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, who do you think's gonna win IPL5 this weekend? A Zerg?
Actually, I think if Bomber beats Polt, then I think Bomber is gonna win the whole tournament. I just watched him play against Dongri Gu, and he destroyed Dongri Gu in Game 3. and Dongrigu barely made any mistakes. I think the third game of Bomber versus Dongrigu was possibly like the strongest Terran versus Zerg performance I've seen in like a year. And I think if he plays like that, then he can beat all the Zerg players here. He has to play Polt next though, and Polt's known as one of the best TVT players. If he comes to that, he'll win. If not, Leenock's gonna win.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, man, for the interview. Do you have any final thoughts or last words you wanted to say?
Shout outs to all the sponsors: Creative, Origin, PNY, Sound Blaster, Gamma Gamers, QPad, G8, Twitch TV. I think that might be it. Hopefully.
Awesome.
Yeah, I guess shout outs to everyone else I practiced with. QXC and TriMaster. I think my ZBT has been improving a ton. It's the matchup I'm most confident in right now. And yeah, I guess that's it.
Where can everybody follow you at if they want to, get a hold of you?
You can follow me at Twitter on @Goswser, COLGOSWSER. You can also follow me. I'm going to be playing an Iron Squid in a couple weeks, I think. I'm not sure exactly when that is, but I'm in a group with MMA Nurchio and Genius for that, and also the HyperX tournament. They haven't really done a very good job of promoting that, I don't think, in recent weeks, but we'll see how that is later.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.